Greetings and salutations, my favorite movie nerds. My name is Gilbert Ybarra, and welcome back to the Attic Review. So, I think it is safe to say that we can all agree 2020 kicked the living shit out of all of us. Our mental health took a beating like a punching bag. My goodness. Pandemic happened, and all of a sudden, most people were like locked down or quarantined and discovered that working from offices was no longer really necessary. People could work from home. And at first, on paper, it was like, this is a good idea. I like this. Soon enough, though, not just the stress of having your kids running around and not being able to separate home from business, but it's like you're gonna get that cabin fever. These walls start closing in on you, and your mind does some fucked up things to you when you're enclosed for too long. As humans, we're not meant to be entrapped like that. So it stinks to hear of everyone's stress is coming from working at home, and I was just like, damn, this sucks, man. And I got to thinking about that would be cool for a movie, but I was like, wait a minute, hold up. In 2007, there was a movie starring Shia LaBeouf. I'm sure I said that name wrong, so from now on, his name is Shia. Starring Shia in 2007 in a great psychological thriller about what happens when you're stuck at home with nothing but your thoughts and your intuition telling you something's wrong, but you don't know which one to believe. Your gut instinct or the paranoia that's encompassing your mind because you're stuck at home with nothing to do but think about all those horrible thoughts that normally you can put off. But when you're at home for this long, whew, the mind can be killer. So what movie am I talking about? Unfortunately, I don't have the DVD case anymore. I'm sorry, but let's look at the cool poster for Disturbia. Damn it, Riri, that is not the right poster I was looking for. Rihanna, get out of here. I don't know how that popped up. My apologies, but now that we see the real poster, we see Shia playing our protagonist by the name of Kale, a young teenager that is unfortunately on house arrest for the summer. What were his crimes? He is angry at the world. Unfortunately, the year beforehand, he lost his father in a tragic accident. And may I just say something real fast? What a brutal fucking opening scene. Oh my god. So you can kind of see why Kale is so pissed off at the world, which eventually led him to house arrest. But what a beautiful home. I'm just look at this house real fast. Not a bad place to be shacked up in for arrest. However, his probation officer is like, hey, settle up, bud. Get a good hobby because you're going to be in this for the long haul. It may sound like a vacation, kind of leisurely to be at home, but that's not the case. She's like, hey, I've seen people break in a few days. Find something productive. He finds something productive here. I guess there's worse ways to stay productive than the Twinkie Mountain there. However, he finds a great source of entertainment, which is people watching. He looks out of his window and he sees the world that he never saw before. He's watching neighbors have affairs. He's watching a bunch of, little bad miscellaneous shit. He notices a beautiful young lady that just moved in. Here's beautiful young lady. So that's Ashley. Now we're gonna see some puppy love start to blossom and everything. So now Kale is joined by Ashley and his best friend Ronald, played by the criminally underutilized Aaron Yo. Check out Aaron. That's Aaron Yo playing Ronnie. Great character, and I wish he was in more movies, but I'll get back to that point later. Now the trio is complete. We've got Kale, Ashley, and Ronnie looking at the neighborhood, observing people, just having fun with it. But in the background, in the midst of all this, we are hearing reports of a possible serial killer and missing women in the area. Coincidentally, there is a very, very private and secretive neighbor named Mr. Turner who now they have their eyes on. Mr. Turner is newly moved into the neighborhood and is suspiciously secretive. Now, when people like to be that private, generally speaking, they probably do have something to hide. Look at Mr. Turner, and do you think he has something to hide? I think he does. Now, normally I'm not one to judge, but Mr. Turner is definitely hiding something. But that's not the point. We already know that. There's no spoiler or twist ending that Mr. Turner happens to be the bad guy. We know that. But the brilliance of the movie is in its misdirection, its ability, and kind of like aggressive way of misinforming you what's going on. Because we kind of already know that Mr. Turner is the established bad guy. But the filmmakers still insist on blatantly being like, hey, here's some red herrings, and I enjoy it a lot. So, what else did I enjoy about this movie? Oh my goodness, the cast, and my goodness, that final third act, it's more impressive than I remember it being, and I can't wait to talk about it now. All right, now what's the five greatest things that a film can do to make it great? Cast, 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 and cast because they spit hot fire. All right, and they did a wonderful, solid job with this because we have a budding Shia coming out right now. He was known for his work in Even Stevens, but then Holes really got the attention of everybody, especially in Mr. Steven Spielberg. That was like, hey, get him in Disturbia. And once he did Disturbia, holy shit, then opened up the doors for Transformers and what's the other one? Indiana Jones, and that led off into Fury and all these other wonderful movies that he's doing. So, you want to see a great range of acting? Goodness gracious, watch this. It's like textbook acting. He's going in a variety of different personas. Like, he is showing off puppy love, infatuation. He's showing grief. He's showing sheer terror. Like, look at this terror right here. I don't want to spoil that scene, but damn, watching that scene again, I got chills. I was like, holy crap, he is acting his ass off. Now, speaking of acting their asses off, again, like I said, Aaron Yo playing Ronnie. I can't believe that a guy so talented and so charismatic on screen doesn't have more appearances other than this film, the Friday the 13th remake, which he is phenomenal in. And he's got a small part in Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake, in a movie called Demonic. But again, acting their asses off. Aaron here playing Ronnie was just remarkable. He was almost like Randy Meeks in Scream, just a great psychic character. And then let's talk about that villain, Mr. Turner. Now, what's his name? David Morse? One second here. I was right. His name is David Morse. But he is incredibly menacing, but not to mention a suave, smooth as silk cat. I mean, there's no wonder this guy is a lady killer. Okay, you don't have to laugh at that. I didn't laugh either. But again, Mr. Turner was a surprising villain. Now let's talk about that third act because, whoo, what a doozy. It kind of reminded me now, I'm not going to put it on the same level as the ending of The Silence of the Lambs, but there was some similarities that I didn't catch the first time I viewed it, and I was like, wow, that was a nice third act in where a lot of horror movies unfortunately just fall apart, but this one closed nicely with just an intense sequences left and right. I was like, is it over? Oh god, there can't be more. Is there more? Oh shit, there's more! And I loved it. So that's why you should watch Disturbia as soon as possible. Again, released in 2007, Disturbia is kind of an unofficial reimagining and remake of Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window. Now, I find it's eerie and pretty cool that this movie is more relatable now than it was when it came out in 2007. So, if you ever want to take your mind off of the craziness of the world, check out Disturbia. I think you'll have a good time with it. It's chilling, it's warming at the same time. Great film. So, you guys already know the deal. I forgot again, please do me a favor, click like and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to see you guys next week. So smile, tiger, and have a great day, guys. Thank you.